Value creates visibility. It's one of the timeless principles of success. You don't have to shout to be noticed when your results speak loudly for you. In every field, in every business, in every career, those who become indispensable rise naturally to the top. The secret is not in seeking attention, but in developing the kind of skill, discipline, and excellence that makes attention inevitable. The more valuable you become, the less you need to convince others of your worth. Your value does the talking. In a world where many people compete for recognition, the true achievers focus on contribution. They don't chase applause, they focus on mastery, because the moment you commit to growth, to becoming better than you were yesterday, the world begins to take notice. The spotlight doesn't find you by chance, it finds you by merit. The path to influence, wealth, and respect always starts with adding more value than anyone else. Every day is an opportunity to refine what you bring to the table. Learn something new. Sharpen an existing talent. Deliver more than expected. When you go beyond what others do, you rise above where others are. The marketplace doesn't ignore excellence, it rewards it. So, the first question you must ask yourself is, what am I worth in terms of value? Because your paycheck, your opportunities, and your recognition are all a reflection of the value you provide to others. If you want to be seen, stop trying to be noticed and start trying to be useful. Every successful person in business, art, leadership, or life built their reputation on contribution. They became known because they made a difference. Your reputation is not what you tell people, it's what they experience when you deliver results. You can't demand respect. You earn it through consistency, effort, and excellence. Value doesn't come overnight. It's the product of long hours, hard lessons, and small improvements that compound over time. Most people underestimate what steady improvement can do. They quit too early thinking their efforts go unnoticed. But the truth is, every hour of honest work, every bit of skill you build is stacking up like bricks, quietly constructing a foundation that one day the world will see. Visibility follows persistence. You must also understand that visibility without value is short-lived. Some people chase attention through shortcuts. They want to be seen before they've built anything worth seeing. But the attention they gain fades as quickly as it came. The only kind of recognition that lasts is the one rooted in genuine contribution. So instead of asking, how can I get noticed, ask, how can I help more people? How can I solve more problems? The moment your focus shifts to serving, you begin to shine in ways that no marketing can match. When you create value, people talk about you when you're not in the room. Opportunities start looking for you instead of the other way around. That's the real power of being valuable. It turns effort into influence. It transforms quiet work into visible impact. Remember, excellence can't hide forever. It may take time, but sooner or later, it will draw eyes, respect, and reward. So wherever you are, whatever you do, bring your best to it. Build value until your presence is impossible to ignore. Make quality your habit. Make service your standard. Be so consistent that people can rely on you without question. That's how careers grow, businesses expand, and leaders emerge. Because in the end, the most visible people in the world aren't the loudest, they're the most valuable, and when you become valuable, visibility takes care of itself. Success is not something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become. This truth may seem simple, but it carries the entire formula for lasting achievement. Most people spend their lives running after success, chasing opportunities, chasing approval, chasing quick rewards, yet they often end up exhausted and unfulfilled. The reason is that true success doesn't respond to pursuit. It responds to preparation. It's not about running faster. It's about becoming worthy of the things you desire. The secret lies in transformation. If you want more, you must first become more. Success has a way of finding those who are ready, those who have developed themselves to handle it. That's why Jim Rohn said, success is something you attract by the person you become. The key word is a become. Success is not luck or coincidence. It's a magnet. The more valuable, skilled, and disciplined you become, the stronger your pull toward opportunity. Think of a farmer. He doesn't chase the harvest across the field. He prepares the soil, plants the seed, waters it, and waits. The same applies to you. Your habits, your discipline, your daily decisions, these are the seeds that attract your future harvest. The person who focuses on becoming valuable doesn't need to run after success. Success eventually comes looking for them. You don't have to demand opportunity, you have to deserve it. The marketplace doesn't care about your wishes, it cares about your value. Every skill you develop, every hour you dedicate to learning, every ounce of effort you give, it all compounds into something powerful. Over time, you become the kind of person who naturally attracts success because you've built the strength, wisdom, and character to sustain it. And that's the key, not just achieving success, but sustaining it. Many people get a brief taste of success but lose it quickly because they were not ready for it. They hadn't yet become the kind of person who could handle responsibility, pressure, and abundance. That's why personal growth is not optional. It's essential. It's not what you get that makes you successful. It's who you become in the process of earning it. Every successful person you admire didn't chase fame or wealth directly. They chased improvement. They became masters of their craft, leaders of their mindset, and examples of consistency. Over time, the world couldn't help but notice. That's attraction at work. It's quiet, powerful, and inevitable. You attract success when you start living with purpose and discipline. When your words align with your actions, when your effort matches your ambition, and when your mindset stays stronger than your excuses. That's when life begins to respond differently. You start drawing the right people, the right chances, and the right results because you've changed your energy, your focus, your habits. So stop waiting for things to happen. Stop hoping that the world will give you more before you've earned it. Instead, begin the journey of growth today. Study harder, work smarter, speak with confidence, walk with intention, make your word unbreakable, develop skills that the world values. When you become a person of excellence, you no longer have to chase opportunity. Opportunity starts chasing you. Remember, the law of attraction is not magic, it's cause and effect. The cause is your growth, the effect is your success. If you become disciplined, focused, and valuable, success won't have a choice but to come your way. So build yourself until the results can't ignore you. Make yourself so strong, so skilled, so dependable that success is drawn to you like a magnet. Because in the end, success is not pursued, it's attracted by the person you become. The marketplace is a mirror reflecting not what we wish for, but what we offer. It doesn't respond to needs, excuses, or potential. It responds to value. The moment you understand this, your entire approach to success changes. The secret isn't in chasing opportunity or demanding recognition. It's in becoming the kind of person the marketplace can't ignore. When your work speaks loudly enough, the world will listen. Everything you want in life, more income, better relationships, greater influence, comes as a reward for the value you deliver. If you bring little, you earn little. Bring much, and the marketplace will make room for you. It's simple, but not easy. Too many people wish for more before they become more. They expect high rewards from average effort, but the laws of life and success don't bend that way. You have to earn your place by developing yourself into someone of worth. So ask yourself, what am I bringing to the table? Because the table never lies. You might tell yourself you're working hard, but if you're not improving, if you're not producing results, the marketplace knows. And here's the truth. The marketplace is fair. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't care about your background, your struggles, or your story. It only measures what you produce, what you contribute, and what you're worth in service, skill, and results. That's not cruel. That's powerful because it means anyone can rise. If you want more value from life, start by adding more value to life. Learn something new. Sharpen your communication. Strengthen your discipline. The more skilled you become, the more useful you are, and usefulness is the currency of success. Think of it like this: people don't buy products, they buy solutions. Employers don't hire workers, they hire problem solvers. Leaders don't attract followers by demand, they attract them by value. The more you can solve, the more you can serve, and the more you can lead, the more the marketplace will reward you. It's easy to get jealous of others' success. But instead of saying, why them? Ask, What value did they create? You'll find that behind every great career, every thriving business, every respected name, there's a foundation of consistent, undeniable value. They studied longer, practiced harder, or delivered more excellence than most. They didn't wait for luck. They built their worth. The beautiful thing about value is that no one can take it from you. Once you've developed it, it stays with you. You can lose your job, your money, or your position, but if you still have your skills and discipline, you can rebuild everything. Jim Rohn once said, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." That's the essence of the marketplace mindset. Stop looking for discounts in life. Stop hoping success will come at a cheaper price. Instead, raise your worth until the reward naturally follows. Work on yourself until your name stands for something solid: reliability, creativity, leadership, integrity. When people hear your name, let them think that person delivers. The moment you stop demanding and start developing, everything changes. You shift from chasing rewards to attracting them. You stop competing and start creating. And that's the sweet spot where the world opens up to you. Because no one can resist true value, not the marketplace, not employers, not customers, not life itself. So invest in yourself daily. Outlearn, outwork, and outgrow yesterday's version of you. Stack up value so high that people have no choice but to notice. Remember, the marketplace rewards worth. And your worth grows every time you choose growth over comfort, discipline over distraction, and excellence over average. Make yourself so valuable they can't ignore you. And success will have no choice but to find you. Excellence is a language that needs no introduction. It speaks for itself in a world full of noise, mediocrity, and distractions. The quiet power of excellence cuts through everything. It doesn't need to shout or demand attention. It naturally commands it. Excellence silences competition because it separates you from the crowd in ways that shortcuts, excuses, or luck never can. When you dedicate yourself to being exceptional at what you do, you become irreplaceable. People notice excellence. They may try to compete with it, copy it, or even ignore it for a while, but eventually they cannot deny it. The world always bends to the person who performs with precision, pride, and purpose. Excellence isn't about perfection. It's about commitment. It's about showing up every day with the intention to be better than you were yesterday. It's about mastering the little things until they become second nature. Because when you do the small things with excellence, the big things begin to take care of themselves. Too many people want success without mastery. They want recognition without discipline. But the truth is, excellence demands sacrifice. It requires you to do the hard work when no one is watching, to stay longer, to study deeper, to push further than the average person is willing to go. It's in the extra mile where excellence begins. Because that's the place most people stop. The average person does what's required. The excellent person does what's necessary and then some. Excellence doesn't just build skill, it builds character. When you pursue excellence, you learn patience, humility, and consistency. You learn that doing things right is more valuable than doing them fast. You learn that the standard you keep when no one is around determines the reputation you earn when everyone is watching. Excellence is a reflection of self-respect, a statement that says, "I care enough about my craft, my name, and my future to give my best." When you live by that standard, competition becomes irrelevant. While others waste energy comparing, you're busy improving. While they chase applause, you chase mastery. Eventually, the distance between you and them becomes so wide that comparison no longer makes sense. Excellence doesn't compete. It dominates quietly through consistency. It doesn't rush, it endures. That's why it silences everything around it, because excellence is undefeated over time. The marketplace pays a premium for excellence. Employers, clients, and partners can all sense the difference between someone who does just enough and someone who takes ownership of results. The person of excellence doesn't wait for direction, they take initiative. They don't complain about challenges, they solve them. And that mindset transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. If you study the most respected names in any field, you'll find a pattern. They became great not by doing what was popular, but by doing what was right over and over again. Excellence was their daily habit. It was in their preparation, in their attitude, in how they treated others, and in how they handled setbacks. Because true excellence doesn't break under pressure, it shines through it. So make excellence your signature. Don't let the world drag you into average thinking or lazy habits. Set a standard for yourself so high that it inspires others to rise. Be the person who delivers more than promised, who gives attention to details others miss, who treats every task, big or small, with pride and professionalism. Because when you live with that level of excellence, you'll never have to chase recognition. The world will eventually stand still to notice you. Excellence silences competition not by being louder, but by being undeniable. Personal growth is the best investment you will ever make because it multiplies in value every single day. Money can be lost, jobs can disappear, and circumstances can change, but the person you become will always remain with you. When you grow, you expand your capacity to handle life, to think better, work smarter, and see opportunities others miss. Growth is not just about adding knowledge, it's about transforming character, habits, and mindset. The truth is, you can't build a better business, a better career, or a better life without first building a better you. Jim Rohn often said, if you want things to get better, you have to get better. It's a simple truth, yet one most people overlook. They wait for the economy to change, for luck to strike, for someone to give them a break. But life doesn't reward waiting, it rewards preparation. And personal growth is the ultimate preparation. When you read books, attend seminars, study successful people, and learn new skills, you are building internal wealth. You're creating a foundation that can't be shaken by external events. The marketplace doesn't pay you for your time, it pays you for the value you bring to that time. If you earn 10 an hour, it's not because an hour is worth 10. It's because you currently bring 10 of value to that hour. The only way to raise your income is to raise your value, and that comes from investing in yourself. Develop your communication skills, strengthen your discipline, master your craft, and your value in the marketplace rises automatically. You'll never have to chase opportunities when your growth makes you too valuable to overlook. Think of personal growth like planting seeds. The harvest doesn't come overnight, but every moment you invest in learning and improving is a seed planted for your future. When you study a new subject, practice a new skill, or learn to control your emotions, you're preparing for a harvest season that will eventually come. The problem is, most people want the fruit without the patience to plant and nurture the tree. Growth requires consistency, reading when you don't feel like it, practicing when no one is watching, staying curious when others get comfortable. The beauty of personal development is that it affects every area of life. When you grow personally, you become a better leader, partner, parent, and friend. You begin to think clearer, act with purpose, and make wiser decisions. You start managing your time better, your energy better, and your money better. Growth brings confidence, not arrogance, but the quiet confidence that comes from competence. It's the difference between hoping things work out and knowing you can handle whatever comes. And remember, growth is not always glamorous. It often happens in silence, in the small daily choices. Getting up earlier, reading instead of scrolling, choosing discipline over distraction. No one applauds those moments, but they build the foundation of greatness. The best investment doesn't come with instant rewards, it compounds over time. Just like compound interest makes money grow faster, compound learning multiplies your wisdom and influence. One day, people will look at you and call you lucky. But luck is just the meeting point of preparation and opportunity. Personal growth is the preparation. The more you grow, the more opportunities you'll be able to recognize and seize. Life becomes less about what happens to you and more about what you make of it. So, if you ever wonder where to start with yourself. Buy the book, take the course, seek mentors, study the successful, and apply what you learn. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Because when you get better, everything around you gets better too. That's the timeless truth. Personal growth is and always will be the best investment you can make. Most people spend their lives searching for the perfect opportunity. The right job, the right deal, the right timing. But the truth is, opportunities rarely show up for those who wait They come for those who are ready. The real secret isn't in chasing chances, it's in becoming the kind of person opportunities seek out. When you focus on becoming valuable, disciplined, and skilled, life begins to rearrange itself around you. Doors that were once closed begin to open. People who never noticed you before begin to remember your name. That's not luck. That's the result of preparation meeting potential. The universe rewards those who make themselves ready. Think about it. Opportunity doesn't come to the lazy or the unprepared. It comes to the person who's been quietly sharpening their skills, improving their habits, and staying consistent long after everyone else gave up. You don't get what you want, you get what you're prepared to handle. The world is constantly searching for people who can solve problems, lead with integrity, and deliver results. So become that person. Be the one who's reliable when others are careless. Be the one who shows up early, stays late, and does the extra bit nobody asked for. Excellence has a way of creating its own demand. When you do more than expected, when you grow beyond the average, the world starts seeking you out. Opportunities have a natural attraction to those who live by principles of discipline, consistency, and value. Preparation is not glamorous. It's the late nights, the repetition, the studying, the failures, the small improvements that nobody sees. But every bit of that effort adds up. When the right moment comes, you won't need to scramble or beg. You'll simply rise to meet it. The person who trains when it's inconvenient will always outshine the person who only performs when it's easy. Becoming the person opportunities seek means mastering yourself first. It's about self-control, attitude, and awareness. You can't control when the next door opens, but you can control your readiness to walk through it. Don't waste time waiting for the world to notice you. Build yourself until the world can't ignore you. The most powerful opportunities often come disguised as challenges, and only those who've prepared themselves can recognize them. Learn more than you need to. Practice longer than required. Build habits that don't depend on motivation. Make discipline your foundation, because success grows best on structure. When you're dependable, capable, and consistent, people start trusting you, and trust always precedes opportunity. You see, opportunity isn't a random visitor. It's a loyal companion to those who work with intention. Every skill you gain, every obstacle you overcome, every improvement you make, all of it sends a message to the world: I'm ready. When you're ready, you no longer need to chase. The right projects, people, and possibilities will find their way to you because you've made yourself the kind of person worth finding. Never forget, the goal is not to be the one knocking on every door, but the one whose door opportunity knocks on. While others hope for better circumstances, you're building better capacity. While others complain about lack of luck, you're creating it through effort, growth, and persistence. So keep refining yourself, keep learning, keep serving. Every day you improve, you become a stronger magnet for the future you desire. Be the person opportunities seek, the one whose character, competence, and consistency make them impossible to overlook. When you grow beyond average, opportunity doesn't have to be chased. It recognizes you, respects you, and runs toward you.